welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Green. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Nathan Caton and Mickey Flanagan, Chris Addison, Hugh Dennis and Stuart Francis. We start as ever with a round called Headliners. Here's a picture of the Prime Minister speaking recently. But what does CATL stand for?
Has he just gone really street? Is he saying, cuts and ting lack? I believe that's how people...
Yes. Is it CNA totally looted?
Is it, in fact, a lot of the stores that were looted that Cameron has never set foot in his life? Costcutter, Argos, Tesco's, Lidl.
Is it Cameron attempts tit lunge?
Samantha?
He's dancing. It looks like he's dancing. It's Cameron attempts the lambada.
Is it Cameron's a tosser? Lol.
Or is it much, much more simple? He's in a market, is he going, carrots and toms, lovely?
Is it actually more simple? Is it more simple?
Go on.
Is it, in fact, couldn't arrange a turd in a lavatory?
Do you often find yourself arranging turds in lavatories? Well, that has come out at entirely the wrong angle. This pleases me. Pass me the turd wrangling implement.
The correct answer, please.
Is it Cameron advocates tough love?
Very good. Thank you very much, Hugh Dennis. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Cameron advocates tough love. This is the news that David Cameron has said those involved in the recent riots needed tough love as he promised to deal with Britain's estimated 120,000 problem families. Speaking on Radio 4's Today programme this week, the Prime Minister pledged to fund help for these families whilst also continuing to be tough on those who have broken the law. Now, we can talk about the riots, but this obviously, we were off air for a number of weeks and it's difficult to conflate all these stories. Basically, News of the World got shut down because of somebody's telephone got broken and they went on the rampage of staff. They trashed London and then because of that, Gaddafi's gone. That's the gist, right? That's what happened during the summer, so that's just to bring us...
What happened was, isn't it, the police, they shot dead a man in Tottenham.
Yeah.
And that led to a lot of resentment in Tottenham and in Croydon and in parts of Birmingham.
Yeah.
And specifically in Miss Selfridge's in Manchester. A lot of resentment there.
A lot of anger about that guy.
And people, the only way they could cope with that resentment, it seemed, was to take home a new pair of trainers.
It wasn't just that one issue, though, was it? There was because the reporters were saying, when people were saying this is a protest, there was a reporter talking to a writer who said, well, why are you writing? And he went, well, it's the Iraq War, isn't it? That's 8 years ago, yeah. Well, I thought about writing at the time, but I thought I'd wait for this Xbox to come out.
In my area, they looted a Tesco Metro, and there's a picture on the internet, you guys might have seen it, of this young guy. He's posing outside Tesco with what he just stolen. But what he just stolen is a massive bag of Tesco value basmati rice. Why would you loot basmati rice? I mean, I'm not the coolest person in the world, but I'm pretty sure basmati rice isn't massive on the streets right now. I've been walking in London, I've heard people go, what's a weed? Some crack. I've never heard someone go, basmati.
I saw a
Yeah, not just as basmati, but if you cut it with pilau.
Imagine the kid's going through the shelves. I've got to get some cumin, man. I've got to find...
On the local news website, there was a witness, this girl, who said, yeah, I heard they were going to smash Primark and burn it, so I went to have a look. I only went to look. I didn't go in. I'm banned from Primark. That's what we need. You know, law-abiding looters.
In Chiswick, there's one shop in Chiswick boarded themselves up. Just one. Which is already, but it was a Snappy Snaps. And they boarded themselves up, like, because well, we're obviously, well, you know, people are going to go, jigsaws with children's faces on them. Mouse mats. But the weird thing was they boarded up and they put a big sign up saying still open for business. And you're going to go, but you're Snappy Snaps. Why don't you take a photograph of the shop, print it really massively, stick it on the board, and then you look like you're open for business?
George Michael would still hit it.
Yeah, that's true.
My favourite comment on the whole riots came from Hazel Blair's on Sky TV. And she said she didn't know why the kids weren't in school, forgetting it was usually happening in an evening in August. Sadly missed in government, that woman, isn't she?
Do you not think that the punishment should fit the crime, though? If you rob an electrical store, like Curry, sure, you should be fined, but pay nothing this year, and then pay 24 monthly instalments.
If you're looting stuff from Curry's, you're going to get done 90 quid for the 3-year extended warranty, aren't you?
I was a victim of the looting because it was, you know, Peckham is near where I live. Not that near. I've done okay. And but it is close enough that we could see the flames. And due to this, the next night I went down my off licence to get some cans of beer. Shut. 4:30. I thought this could not be tolerated. It's affecting ordinary working people now. I just caved his windows in and took a few cans of stuff. Did you see the geezer who bent over in front of about 500 coppers, mooned them, not only mooned them, pulled the cheeks of his arse apart? Proper old school copper. Is that see all these coppers thinking... I should have worked harder at school.
These coppers not looking at their trunks and going, if only I could.
Hasn't got vibrate, hasn't got vibrate.
I do think the tough love thing might work, though. Don't you? Not the tough bit, but the love. I mean, if I was... me.
David Cameron said he wanted the police to be able to have water cannon and plastic bullets at their disposal. And you think they're very different things there, aren't they? You know, I've always quite liked the idea of water cannon. It always sounds... I'm sure it is painful, but it always looks like it might be a bit of a laugh, doesn't it? A bit like Thorpe Park Extreme, without having to pay the 30 quid, you know? Let's face it, the bloke bending down, parting his arse cheeks, he could get some colonic irrigation on.
There'll be a lot of people cleaning their riot shields pretty carefully after that.
Yeah, there is a sense. Water cannons and rubber bullets are both incredibly violent. They're used in the north, and they're not good things, right? Although they sound whimsical. They sound like fun. Oh no, they've taken over the bouncy castle. Get out the rubber bullets. Oh, water cannon. Oh, now I got a wet T-shirt. Sexy time.
I think kids have got too much. They've got too much technology because that's how they organise it, like BlackBerry, Twitter, Facebook. It's like when I was a kid, which wasn't that long ago, we didn't have all of that. Like we didn't even have phones. I mean, we had house phones. Don't get me wrong. But when I was a kid, I couldn't go to my family and ask to use the house phone to call my friends. My family they just look at me and go, "For a friend, for a friend." We look like Chris Tarrant.
You carry it. All right. But we're having a riot. We're going to take down the system. Go away! Stop listening in on my conversations! I hate you!
Well, man, it'd be like, come on, how long does it take to organise a bleeding riot? You know how much it costs, that phone?
OK, why has the sentencing of the rioters been criticised?
Because it's been incredibly harsh, hasn't it?
Yes.
People have been sent away for just saying that there was going to be a riot. Now, that is ridiculous. If that is the case, that's at least 4 years each for each of the Kaiser Chiefs.
Technically, as their lawyer, I would like to point out that they only predicted a riot.
They did.
One young man was sentenced to 16 months in prison for looting boots. That's the bad news. The good news, what he stole was lubricant. So... always like a happy ending, don't you?
Well, that happy ending is the best you can hope for. Sorry, it's a sex industry term.
He explained as though part of it. Yeah. How bad is the sex industry now that you are its representative?
What? You think the Kaiser Chiefs can't afford a better lawyer than you, right?
Fair point, fair point.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Chris, Hugh and Stuart. Now we play a round called Rise of the Planet of the Japes. This game involves Andy, Stuart and Nathan, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner, who is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. The first subject is the economy. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
Now, the economy not going very well, is it? So apparently a lot of people are having to shop in cheaper supermarkets. And you can understand why Waitrose might want to consider their price structure. I was in there recently, £8 for a chicken. And what's their slogan? Never knowingly undersold. Where do they do their price comparisons? A lot of supermarkets, you can get 2 chickens for £2. That is 8 chickens for £8. And it might not be the same quality, but let's face it, you could chuck 6 chickens away, you'd still be a chicken up. I've done the maths for you there, ladies and gentlemen. Waitrose have introduced a new own-brand range, Essential. I bet you would like to know what Waitrose regard as essential. Cherry cheesecake, roast vegetable couscous, apple yum-yum. Essential. Oh, I was in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. I only had the bare essentials. Mixed leaf salad, Italian mozzarella and a vanilla candle. Praise the Lord.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. And the subject is the older generation. Let's spin that. Nathan.
Cool. Older generation. I've got a very eccentric grandma. Recently, she's been starting to get involved in my love life, right? Obviously, not too involved, obviously. She's not in my bedroom going, go on, Nathan, that's my boy! No, but whenever I go to my grandma's house, she's like, Nathan, you have a girlfriend? You have a girlfriend? Right? But she's very old school, and she doesn't realise the world we live in now is very multicultural. You know, my grandma, she's like, Nathan, we have a girlfriend. Make sure, West Indian. Don't bring no white girl in my house. And that's a problem, because I'm not going to lie. I like black girls, I like white girls, you know. I don't care about skin colour. As far as I'm concerned, if you got a vagina and a Nando's loyalty card, it's cool. I don't care about skin and colour, you know. I like black girls, I like white girls. Like I always say, chocolate is delicious, tasty and sweet. But milk is good for you. I said that to my grandma and she just went, not when you're lactose intolerant.
That leaves us with Stuart. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is family.
I heard that my sister's into bestiality. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Through no fault of his own, my uncle crashed his car into a lemon tree. He's still bitter and twisted. My other uncle, who's missing an arm, hates the way I mock him. Doesn't like when I show off. My older brother's an expert on erectile dysfunction. He's now semi-retired. I don't like the way my kids are always quick to blame other people. They get that from their mom. I get my tendency to gouge from my mom. I got my father's eyes.